What's good everyone, it's Chip here, and if you feel like the current fighting game scene has been running on legacy titles and balance patches for a little too long, well then good news. The next wave of fighters is looking absolutely stacked. From legendary franchises making long overdue comebacks to indie devs pushing the genre in wild new directions, we're entering a period where fighting games aren't just evolving mechanically, but creatively too. So whether you're here for the hardcore lab sessions, casual couch chaos, or just want to see what the future of the FGC looks like, here are 10 upcoming fighting games you need to have on your radar. If you like what you see, please make sure to like and subscribe, as it really helps us out. The first on our list is the new Virtua Fighter game. The entitled Virtua Fighter game is an upcoming 3D fighter and the 6th entry in the series, being published by Sega, and is their first brand new Virtua Fighter game in 20 years. Let that sink in. Revealed in 2024, the game is stated to be a reimagining of the franchise, with redesigned new characters and integration of a streamlined narrative and character elements through the inclusion of a single-player story mode, a first for the series. It's also the first installment developed for modern consoles and PC platforms from the start. Speaking of development, it's also the first game not being developed by Sega AM2, with the responsibility now being with the RGG team, largely known for their work on the Like a Dragon series. We have no idea of the extent of the playable cast just yet, but we have seen redesigns for Akira Yuki, Walt Caulfield, and a character called Stella, who's a dead ringer for Sarah Bryan. We have no idea when this one's launching, so we're going to have to sit tight a little longer for some honest scraps, but at least we know this is coming to PC and console. Next on the list is Invincible Versus. Based on the animation based on a comic book, Invincible Versus is a brutal superhero 3v3 tag fighting game set in the Invincible universe, where you can battle a team of fan favorite characters in iconic locations. It's going to feature 18 characters at launch, with 4 being DLC, with a brand new character called Elemental joining the roster specifically designed for the game. She looks pretty sick and seems like Kirkman and Walkman's answer to an avatar-like hero. As expected in a tag battler, you can swap between characters in the middle of your combos, but your opponent can also counter tag, which allows them to escape a combo if they perform it correctly. It clearly draws inspiration from the equally bloody Mortal Kombat, Injustice, and Killer Instinct series, but looks like it'll be a little more fluid in its tag fighter feel, with light, medium, heavy buttons, motion inputs, and a traditional back block. It will also feature auto combos and single button special moves to make the whole experience a little more accessible. Invincible Versus is releasing on April 30th on PlayStation 5, Xbox, and PC. Do you remember as a kid you would see those horrendous knockoff action figures like Super Airman, GI Force, or the Super Robotic Rangers? Well, this game aims to capture the nostalgia we have for that era. Knockoff, the Battle for Imagination, is a one-on-one, fast-paced fighting game in which 2 players use a variety of attacks such as air combos, assist moves, and special powers to knock out the opponent. It uses a classic 6-button layout with big flexible combos. The game features a variety of characters which honestly all sound like absolute legal liabilities, such as Cronin, Grimrock, and Reizenga, each with their own unique movesets and abilities. The stages are full of iconic childhood references and Easter eggs, and it seems like a great choice for those that perhaps don't want to take a fighting game too seriously. It failed on its Kickstarter, so not quite sure where the development is now. However, the devs recently asked us to stay tuned on their X account in November, so it sounds like the game still has legs. There's also a demo out now if you want to give it a go. This is a dark, Lovecraftian 2.5D fighter that seems to play similarly to something like Grand Blue. It's a 4-button fighter with power, fury, and control systems that reward successful defensive and offensive playstyles. It's going to have 8 characters, apparently with deep and complex designs, where all relevant fighting archetypes are represented. However, only 2 characters have been revealed so far, being Byron and Nier. If you like tasty combo strings, but perhaps gameplay that's a little less anime fighter, then this might be the one for you. It's also going to feature a rollback netcode and uncapped FPS. It's apparently coming soon and will be available on Steam. Developer Punkzilla claims that Combo Devils is the evolution to the platform fighting genre, and this might be one of the most unique ones on this list. Combo Devils will feature a co-op roguelike mode, and this honestly sounds really intriguing. The devs have said, "We know that competitive fighting games aren't for everyone, so we've created a co-op story mode that you can play with each other instead of against each other. Survive as long as you can by yourself or with friends, whilst you explore increasingly tougher challenges thrown at you. Find perks and items to help you defeat these difficult levels and bosses. This mode includes minigames, puzzles, and platforming as part of the challenge. challenges. They've also said this mode takes inspiration from Streets of Rage, Brawl's Subspace Emissary, Kirby's Air Ride, and Risk of Rain. Hardcore players can rest assured though, as competitive modes are still a large priority, and Combo Devils is set to reward creativity and dedication for that classic FGC experience, as the devs are taking inspiration not only from Smash Bros, but also from Street Fighter and the MVC series. It's going to feature the tech we've come to know and love from Smash, such as Wave Dash and Foxtrots and Ledge Hogging, but it's also going to feature mechanics more familiar with traditional 2D fighters, such as target and Gatling combos, special cancels, and motion input supers. It's also going to have its own unique mechanics, such as directional shielding, death at 200%, as well as directional respawning, wall impact KOs, air resets, platform techlings, unteckables, and more. Super excited for this one. I've been obsessed with platform fighters since Melee and can't wait to see what's going on here. The release date's TBA for now, and it will be available on Steam, although consoles do seem likely. Avatar Legends is an upcoming 2D fighter set in the same world as the TV show The Last Airbender. Designed for both newcomers and veterans, it channels the energy of classic fighting games while breaking new ground in movement, style, and combat expression, built with a focus on fluidity, responsiveness, and online integrity. There's going to be 12 playable characters at launch, with 12 support characters, with more to be released in the Season Pass. The support characters influence the way you play, and it features light, medium, and heavy buttons alongside a unique flow system focused around movement and fluidity. The flow button, when pressed in combination with others, offers stance changes, combo extensions, movement options, and new combat routes to lay smackdown on your opponents. Honestly, this looks so sick. It looks like it's come straight out of the animation. Cannot wait for this one. It's coming this summer to PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. I'd be surprised if you haven't seen this one already, but the developers of Valorant and League of Legends are just about to launch a free-to-play fighting game. Set in the Runeterra universe, 2XKO is a unique spin on 2v2 tag fighters, featuring simplified inputs and anime fighter-style movement. 2XKO is a fighter with low barrier to entry, but an incredibly high skill ceiling. What makes 2XKO fairly unique is its ability to play 2v2 matches with 4 players, with each player controlling their own champion. Layered on top of this is the unique Fuse system, which allows players to customize their team's synergy and playstyles suited for their need. Want to tag twice in a combo? Use the freestyle handshake. Want to fight with a single champion with boosted stats? Then maybe use the Juggernaut Fuse. I think what excites me about this game the most is that Riot has access to a plethora of characters, so in years to come, it's going to be very exciting to see how much the roster has evolved. 2XKO is currently in early access on PC, with console versions for Xbox and PS5 launching January 20. And if you like the concept of 2v2 fighters but want something a little less AAA and a little more indie, then Cerebral might be what you're looking for. Developed by the guys at Zero Dimension, this tag fighter not only offers 1v1, 1v2 and 2v2 tag team battles with up to 4 players, it also has a unique system called Z-tagging, where the bench player can fight for a position in the background. It also has a pretty interesting premise. Harmon City was a typical modern metropolis, but when an imagination bomb is detonated at the center of the city, Harmon City and its inhabitants are changed forever. As the blast engulfs the region, the minds of the people start spilling into the reality. Reality cannot hold all the different thoughts and possibilities, and when the content of everyone's psyche starts to collide, each individual is thrusted into their own dimension. In these pocket dimensions, each citizen of Harmon City grow new worlds based on their ideals and desires. The character designs look sick, with maybe 13 characters making up the roster. I'm a huge fan of the Knife Squad, Aerolyn Wren, and Jaren Mutt. Updates are thin on this one, but the game was still in development as of September 2025, and there's a playable build available if you want to support the devs on itch.io. Words cannot describe how excited I am for Marve Tokon Fighting Souls. Developed by Arc System Works, the studio responsible for the iconic Guilty Gear series are developing another unique take on the tag team fighter. It's a 4v4 fighter featuring Arc System's take on Marvel characters, meaning we've been blessed with this Iron Man that looks he's come straight out of Gundam. So far there's 8 confirmed characters: Captain America, Doctor Doom, Ghost Rider, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, Spider-Man, Star-Lord, and Storm, but we expect there to be more. As mentioned already, the wrinkle here is that rather than the usual 2 or 3 characters, this is a whopping 4v4 fighter, opening up the potential for some serious shenanigans. Battle initially has you only having access to your point hero, with aggressive play allowing you to access the rest of your squad. It sort of feels reminiscent of Guilty Gear's positive tension system, but through a tag fighter lens. Unlocking characters in battle also increases your health bar and skill gauges, meaning that aggressiveness will be rewarded, but it's also a high combat potential. It's a 5-button fighter with light, medium, heavy buttons, a unique attack, and an appropriately named assemble button for tag moves. It definitely seems like another title that's designed to be easy to pick up but difficult to master. It's got air dashes, launchers, special moves, ultimates, counters, and unique assists depending on which slot your partner takes. There's no release date yet for Marve Tokon, but it's releasing in 2026 on PlayStation and PC. I know that 3D fighters strictly aren't fighting games in a traditional sense, but sometimes you just want something that's fun to play with your mates, rather than something to prove who's best all the time. Plus, I needed 10 games for this list, so we're sticking with this one. My Hero Academia All Justice is an upcoming arena fighter and a sequel to the previous My Hero Arena Fighter game, One's Justice. In the same vein as Naruto Ninja Storm 4, this one's set at the end of My Hero's final arc, and features a stacked roster including the entirety of 1A students as playable characters. It's also going to feature a campaign mode that allows you to complete hero missions in an open world town similar to the anime, and play your favourite moments from the show. Honestly, it looks pretty fun, even if it isn't as sweaty as some of the games on this list, but if you're a fan of shonen, it low-key might be worth picking this one up. My Hero Academia All Justice releases on February 5th, 2026 for PlayStation, Xbox, PC and Switch. And that's the list. From polished AAA juggernauts to passion-driven indie scrappers, it honestly feels like fighting games are entering one of their most exciting eras in years. We've got games that offer accessibility without sacrificing depth, long-dead franchises returning, and devs experimenting outside the box. Let me know which of these you're most excited for, or if there's a game that I've missed that should absolutely be on this list. If you're into fighting games, platform fighters, or just cool competitive games in general, make sure to stick around, because things are only getting better from here. And look, listen, even if only half of these land, the FGC is eating real good. If you like what you see, drop us a like, and if you're feeling nice, drop us a sub. Take it easy, and we'll see you next time.